Okay, hey, this is Thomas with LibertyFoxDefense.com. I'd like to show you how to properly use your Foxy Tuck holster. This is my very first holster, and you'll notice that the leather has conformed or form-fitted to my body. This is a holster that's ready to go out to a customer, and it's kind of flat and the leather hasn't form-fitted to the body. So what happens is your body, as you wear the Foxy Tuck, your body will heat up the leather and make it fit perfect to your body. So I want to go over properly fitting these. So when you get your Foxy Tuck, let's talk about this one right here. Imagine your belt is going through this belt loop and continuing on through this belt loop. In my opinion, you should have 1/4 to 1/2 inch of Kydex above your pants or belt, so that way you can reholster. Okay, so there are many advantages to the Foxy Tuck. To me, I have tried probably over 30 holsters, and this is one of my all-time favorite holsters. So what is the mission of the holster? Keep the gun safe. Primarily, that's the mission of a holster. Secondarily, you want to keep it concealed. And concealed is critical, especially in some environments. You may lose your employment. You may lose your life. Eric Scott in Summerlin, Costco, 2010, was leaning over to look at a product, and somebody that's not comfortable with guns called 911 and declared that there was in fact an active shooter, but he never drew his weapon. There's a lot of misinformation, but regardless, you want to keep your gun concealed 100%. So for me, you're distributing the weight and across this whole area, from here to here, and then your pants are here, and think of your underwear right here, and so you have this extreme area to distribute the weight, and then also your pants are here, which act as a funnel. Okay, and you'll notice that you have this nice flat thick leather that will help from just putting the print of the gun. Like if you had Kydex on Kydex, you'd have this sharp body up against your body the whole time. Whereas with the leather, it's far more comfortable. Okay, so hit LibertyFoxDefense.com to read all the pros and cons of the Foxy Tuck. But let's talk about what you're going to need to be happy with this system. Primarily, you're going to need the right pants, and you're going to need to have the right belt. Okay, the downside with these traditional belts is you've only got 1 inch or 3/4 between each belt loop, right? And oftentimes, when you're doing that, the micro adjustments, 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch, you need a belt like this, where you can adjust it to the very most perfect setting. Okay. Second is you're going to need loose pants or the right kind of pants. Now these are 511 Tac Light Pros, and they kind of have these old man style scrunchy. These are great for the range, and these I've had for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. A long time. These are 70-30 blend. Same with these. These are the Blackhawks. These are Blackhawks. Bought these about the same time, and you can see the 100% cotton is totally trashed. I mean, even a hole where I pocket carry a lot around the house, and there's holes everywhere in these things. So I put this belt on here. This belt would work for the fine tuning adjustment that you need. So it's not too tight and it's not too loose, right? but it's Velcro. And so I'm still in search, and this was an expensive belt, probably 40 ish. These Blackhawks have more discreet, professional looking elastic inside. And really, you only need like 3/4 of an inch. So, unless you've gained some weight recently, normal pants work fine. So, here again, you have that stretchiness on both sides. And the primary purpose of that is so you can put a gun inside your waistband. Okay? So, let me show you my setup here. So if I were going to draw the weapon, go in front and behind, go up, and then go down, right? And so you'll see that this is, you know, the 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. You know, this shirt is a little bit too small, you know, and it's not quite long enough for me. If you're 6'5", finding shirts is challenging, okay? So let's just, I dropped my flashlight, right? And if I lean over like this with this short shirt, you probably see my gun protruding, right? If I can squat, right? I'm young and I have good knees, I can pick it up. But you know, a lot of guys have knee injuries. You can just kneel down and pick it up. And the same goes for when you're reaching. You know, you might want to be reaching with your left hand versus your right hand. Does that even? Yeah, see, this is the perfect shirt to demo. It needs to be, for me, another couple inches. Okay, so what do I have here? I have it writing, this is 3 o'clock, this is 12 o'clock, this is 6 o'clock. So I would say this is 3:34 o'clock, right? And some of you may find the comfort zone. For me, with this rig, which is the 5 1/4 inch barrel, this is the sweet spot. This is very, very comfortable. Okay, so here I have been concealing one of the biggest handguns you can get. This is a competition range only gun, tack driver, XTM 5 1/4, and very concealable. Okay, so I'm going to reholster without muzzling anything. Okay, and because my pants act as a funnel and my belt and pants act as retention, this is like the perfect retention. Now when you order your holster, often I'll ask, do you like high retention, normal, or low? So again, having the right belt. This belt I got at Cabela's for 25 bucks. And basically you just loop it around and then tighten it as needed. And you can do the fine tuning. The Foxy Tuck, where it really shines, is with a full-size auto. Okay, this is a little ridiculous. 5 1/4. This is a 4-inch holster for a 4-inch gun. Right? This is perfection. This is really what you should be carrying. A full-size grip, you know, 19+1 or 16+1, and this fits my hand perfectly. Right? I have made these quite a bit for the subcompact crowd. And they are comfortable, they're lighter, they conceal a little bit easier, but if you're going to put it inside your waistband, I think it should be a full-size auto. Okay. Again, this is my first holster, and it's rigged up for a gun with a light, right? And I'm not going to cover the proper use of the light, but you know, this takes a lot of time and effort to get this perfect, the right retention, to deal with the light, etc. Okay, so one thing that happens is people will grab here and it kind of gets a little off center. You know, never allow the muzzle to cover anything you're not willing to destroy. So you don't really want to grab it here, but that's centered. So the best way to find out the retention is to put it on instead of muzzling yourself. Okay. Okay, so let's further the discussion about where you should put your firearm. Okay, so a lot of times customers will say, well, I want to wear it at 6 o'clock. Well, as much as I would like to talk them out of that, I want to talk about the pros and cons. And so what you would do is you would adjust. Normally you're going to have 3 to 4 different adjustment holes, and you're going to adjust this so it's canted quite a bit, okay? And if you always wear in the same place and you're always happy with it right there, I would tighten these things down and put a drop of super glue in the threads and just put them there forever. So let's talk about the pros and cons of 6 o'clock carry. Okay, so you're carrying the gun right here, and even though it's awesome Foxy Tuck and it's spread out, you know, weight distribution here, likely you're going to get knocked on your butt during an attack or an encounter or just in your day-to-day life, right? You're not very good at walking backwards like most humans. And so you fall on your gun right on the tailbone. That's probably a fight-stopping injury. Pain alone, you're going to be out of the fight. So never, ever, ever carry any gear around your spine, period. Okay? If I fall on this, I'm fine. You know, it's mostly muscle and cushion. Okay? So another advantage of the Foxy Tuck is if you've done a lot of training, you have tens of thousands of repetitions of grabbing your gun right here at the right level. Right? There's some holsters that attach to the belt and then they come up and they suck up close to you like a pancake, or the FBI Black Hawk one. I should have put one on the table to show you. So I've got tens of thousands of repetitions at this level of the gun, right? If it's up here, then I have to pull way out, right? If the gun's right here, even with a long gun like this, I can't get it up high enough. So to clear holster, right, that's really quite normal for me with lots of repetitions. You notice how I didn't have to spread the leather to put the gun back in. It was open, right? So if you're in the habit of holding onto your holster as you're reholstering, you're muzzling your hand. Never allow the muzzle to cover anything you're not willing to destroy. Okay, so that's another huge advantage of the Kydex is it keeps open, so when you reholster, you stay safe. Kind of a humorous story for you. One of my customers said, well, I went to go grab the gun and I grabbed it like this expecting to come out like this. And it's like nobody ever does that. They have tens of thousands of repetitions of going like this, right? And so nobody's gonna go for their gun like this, you know, even if it's outside the waistband. And not to mention, if you're grabbing the gun like this, maybe I'll just show. If you're grabbing the gun like this, and then you continue on like this, you're muzzling yourself, right? I'm not going to do it. You muzzle yourself and you go out to the target. So again, the holster, what you want to do is you just loosen your pants and your belt, and I'll usually take the gun out and then put the holster in. You just slip it down, and then to take it out, so you don't overstress these clips. These clips should last you a lifetime, right? I'll take the clip in front and behind and pull up, just like that. And I've just been wearing this holster today, and already it's starting to form to my body. Okay. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you love the Foxy Tuck. Every one I make, I try to make it better and always improve. And I think it's a great product at a great price. And everybody I've heard from loves them. I've had one guy, he's bought 5 Foxy Tucks from me. Another guy bought 3. And so, oh, that reminds me, just a quick story. I got referred a customer. He wanted to come take my concealed weapons class, and he wanted a Foxy Tuck. And the reason being is his friend wanted to show him his 1911. He's like, oh sure, you got it in the car? He's like, no, I got it right here. And all he had on was a simple t-shirt. And, you know, the 1911 is just a little bit smaller than this gun. And he was able to conceal it just fine with the t-shirt. And so he showed him the holster and said, hey, Thomas and his 14-year-old son made this, and they're awesome. And so he ordered one, and he wears it every day. He's very happy with it. So it's nice to have a good product that people like. And we offer basically 3 colors. Tan, which you see here, right? And U.S. Marine Corps black, which is these 2 colors. We do have a little bit of different backing. You know, I would say this is full size, this is mid size, and we have a subcompact too. And then more of a natural leather. This has no dye. It just has, just real quick. So this is my personal holster, and I wanted it to run it with this XDM 5 1/4, and I also wanted to run it with a 1911. And so I made the holes aligned to this. So I use the same backing, but I have 2 different shells. And if I need to swap it out, then I've got these screws. So with the custom holster, we can do just about anything you want. And same with this one. I have the screws because I have a different shell for a gun without a light, or this gun without a light. Most customers, they're going to keep the same shell forever, so I'll use the rivets. Okay, so let me know. I can make you whatever you want. High retention, low retention, and you know, you'll be happy with the product. Stand behind it. If you ever have any problems, we'll make it right, we'll repair it, or replace it. So thanks again. God bless.